1994, and the most spectacular of all Eurovision interval acts.
I knew nothing about the Eurovision Song Contest. I hadn't a clue what it was. After growing up in New York, I did my university in England and I got a phone call to perform. And I just said how much, and they told me what it was, and I went into the living room to my flatmates and I said, listen, I've just got this gig. What do you think? What is this event that happens every year? And they fell around the place laughing, saying, you can't perform at that, don't touch it, it's horrible. And I said, well, I have to, because I have to pay my fees this year. So it was a very strange initial experience. As far as I was concerned, once I arrived in Dublin, the dance really took over from the event. So it was more about what was happening within the rehearsal studio and the space and the concept and the actual organicness of what was happening within Irish dancing. And that was intriguing and fascinating and very exciting. But as far as how that would relate to the population who would view this, that never came into my mind.
For over 40 years, the contest has presented a wide, some might say bewildering, range of interval performances. Interval acts have ranged from the classical to the farcical from the sublime to the ridiculous. None of these acts have made as much impact as this one.
There was an amazing rush performing on stage that night. One, because nobody fell. Two, because we finished it without dying. And no, but in fairness, the audience was spectacular. There was that magical, weird buzz that happens very so often when you're performing on stage. It's very hard to recreate. Riverdance was launched because of the stage that Eurovision set it. There's no doubt in my mind that Irish dancing would have ever became as popular and commercial as it is if it wasn't for that programme. If two Americans hadn't led Riverdance from an artistic point of view and been dancing in it, it wouldn't have made the impact it had. When I watched the video, I've seen myself jolt back a bit. And I think that was just a sheer reaction of, we have finished, and everybody seems to be standing for some strange reason.